Auf geht's! Die FC Bayern München had Musiala Zurück. I'm telling you boys, he's back. Goosebumps are filling me up. Hello everyone, welcome to BayernNow, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. Jamal Musiala is back, baby. He's training again. Now, of course, it's going to be physical work on the pitch, not quite training with the ball, but he's back nonetheless. Look how happy this guy is.
Jamal, finally,
Ja,
welcome back.
thank you. Erstes Mal auf dem Platz wieder. So. Fußballschuhe.
He said football shoes, right? I know my German. You know what I'm saying? I know my German.
Step by step.
Wie ist es? Wie fühlt sich an?
Gut, echt gut. So, wieder.
I'm just so happy to see Musiala back. You know, there's that one clip where Thomas Müller makes the joke that it's him getting substituted. So Musiala thinks he's getting subbed off, and Muller's like, yeah, it's you. But then, he jokes that it's not you. And then Musiala's like, yeah, he just likes playing football, man. The kid likes playing on the pitch. He likes playing with his teammates. And it sucks that it seems like he's kind of injury prone. I hope this injury is put to rest and he can get back on the Musiala hype train. He is one of the best young players in the world. He did receive criticism from me for his decision making in the final third, his productivity. But I think with company and the way we're playing, it suits him very well. Musiala is going to be a massive addition to our team. He's going to give Kane more license to stay in the box because he's going to drop deeper. And so we're gonna see some champagne football at Bayern, man. Oh my gosh, there's gonna be magic. Yogo Bonito at the Allianz Arena. Oh man, Lucas Paqueta dances are coming, baby. Come on, they're coming. It's gonna flow like the Nile River. We're gonna flow in whatever direction we want, even if it's north. Davies and Musiala look happy again. Depression has been cured. I'm telling you. Injuries are depressing. I can imagine. Musiala on his comeback, on the pitch. For me, it was great to be back on the pitch. It felt great. My foot felt great. That was a very big step. A few weeks ago, my first jump, then the first time running on the Alter G. I guess that's the type of grass or the type of platform. Now on the pitch, I think I'm taking a new step forward every week. The goal now is to get used to running again, to build up speed. So he's just doing foot drills to try to get mobility back in his leg and to try to be more synchronous with his movements. It's pretty tough not using one leg for a long time. So dribbling, passing, shooting, it's always a step-by-step process. You don't want to do anything too quickly. When I come back, I want to be at 100% at a good level. That's why we're taking our time. Fonzie supported me. The team, the fans, you can see that we're all one big family. The support definitely helps. It gives us extra motivation that the fans miss Fonzie, myself, and all the injured players. Except Ito. No one remembered him. Guy's been injured forever, and we don't remember. So, looking forward to Musiala's return. It's actually going to be interesting integrating him back into the team. Because if we're being honest here, where's he going to play? Everyone's kind of doing well right now. So he's going to have to prove himself. This is the luxury of playing well and being in such a well-trained system. Players that are very good would have to compete for their spot. Musiala has to show up in training and prove to the manager that he deserves to be that guy again. It might take him a while. Gnabry is playing pretty well. Lennart Karl is just kicking into new form. So you never know. We might have a situation where Jamal Musiala is on the bench for Lennart Karl. That'd be funny. Or Gnabry, for that matter. But Gnabry himself is injured, so I'm really excited. This is a good time for them to return. Honestly, I wouldn't have minded waiting 2 more months. Because if they returned in February, that almost guarantees we won't get them re-injured in April or something. So... But now it's like, okay, they're coming back in December. They're probably going to play 1 or 2 games. And then it's the new year. So And, they'll have 2 months to get injured again. I just want as less time as possible for our most critical part of the season. I want them to be fit for that part. Well, they should be managed well. I thought Elise looked tired in that game. And if Company's not careful, that's an injury waiting to happen. Elise needs a rest. I hope he sits on the bench in the next game. Because if Michael Elise gets injured, I would actually start getting concerned. I would. Because you're going to be forced into playing Guerrero in weird positions. And Guerrero's injury prone as is, so adding more stress to his life by playing him in a new position would be annoying. So I hope the club just kind of figures the situation out. Wisdom Mike, I hope, gets more playtime, and Leonard Carl. Yeah, look, we have some young players who can hold their own in these games, so we might as well use them. Even though they're 17, it doesn't matter. 17-year-olds are the new 23-year-olds. If you remember, it used to be the case where an 18-year-old player would go on loan and they would try to prove themselves at all these different loan clubs, and then at 22, 23, they would get integrated in the first team. But since Mbappe, I'd say 17-year-olds and 18-year-olds have just been playing from the get-go, developing as they play minutes. Now you got Mbappe with like 1,000 games already, I guess. Well, close to that number. I know he's getting up there. And he's scoring every week. And it's like, all right, well, clearly players are developing at a younger age. So we might as well play these 17-year-olds. We should go into our academy and just find as many kids as we can and just see who's going to be the next guy, who's going to be the next Ribéry, Robin. And you never know. We might be holding on to a gem we never knew existed. So, anyways, I'm glad to see Musiala back. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think he's going to just walk right into that first team, or is he going to need time to integrate? Davies is who I'm excited about because he's going to have a hard task kicking Laimer out of this team. Well, it really depends, right? Laimer is going to be right back, which means Davies left back. But if Guerrero or Sacha Boey just pick up an insane form in the next 4 games, it's going to make it hard to drop them at right back, which means Laimer has to play left back because he's already he's like literally one of the best left backs in the world and one of the best right back. This guy's like world class in 2 positions. Pretty good for him. I'm very happy for Laimer, to be honest. So I might do a whole separate video on Konrad Laimer because I feel like talking about him. Let me know if you guys want to see that. That would be great. Yeah, me just like glazing Konrad Laimer for 10 minutes straight. I think you guys might like that. Considering I used to make videos, crapping on him. So I'd like to undo some of that, He's no longer a midfielder, which is why I didn't want him here at Bayern, because I just thought he wasn't good enough to be in midfield. And it turns out he wasn't good enough to be in midfield, but he was good enough to play in the fullback position. And now this guy's literally playing fullback, like everywhere at the back. I'd be surprised if he's not playing center back in a few weeks. But anyways, good to see Jamal back. I was watching, those videos pop up in my feed all the time, like, Jamal is good, but Musiala is like one of those titles where it's like a really good comp. And I was just watching it back, and I was like, damn, this guy's good. If Musiala can just unlock that like final third clinicality, not just with shooting but passing, he could reach another level. Because it's cool, like being able to dribble in tight spaces, like it's great. But if you're not able to finish it off, then that's kind of what's going to separate you from a good player, to a great player, right? Like Messi and Ronaldo were so good because when it came down to it, they could score when they got the opportunity. Whereas it feels like Musiala is still kind of figuring out what he is in front of goal. Is he going to be a player that creates chances or scores them? I think Leonard Carl is going to be a player that, funny enough, Leonard Carl has more of that confidence in front of goal than Musiala. Like the kid just shoots because he knows he can score. Musiala has the ability to score these beautiful goals, but he just doesn't trust himself. So I hope we get more of a confident Musiala. It's going to take time to build that confidence, but hopefully with the system we have and the chances we're creating, he's going to get a lot of chances to score. And he needs to score as many as he can because we got to stat pad a little bit. We can't have a season where he gets like 6 goals. We need Musiala to get to 30 goals a season, to be honest with you. At least like 50 goal contributions. That's how that for the amount of ball he has to be contributing a lot more goals and creating a lot more chances. But anyways, thank you everyone so much for watching. Mia, and peace.